This driver is from Naugatuck in Grounds Racing, Gumbos Racing car. Here is Christopher Gumbos.
And then it's Gino's number 76. It won last week. The RH2-way radio car from Andover, Connecticut, Paul French.
Remember, he was involved in an altercation. On the track right now in our two-seater in the passenger seat is William Kirby. Driving is Bob Potter. And having the thrill of a lifetime is William Kirby in the passenger seat. And he will stay out there for the beginning of this race, so you can't beat this for thrills. Right now, he is right as a part of this race.
He certainly is. Let's see what's going to happen. Lights are off on the safety vehicle. Tim Bennett gives him the double greens. Doulard has a problem. They are 3 wide. Down into turn number 1, a scramble, but somehow they all make it through.
Great save by Doulard, keeping it off the wall, but he is losing positions. 1 to Hines, 1 to Farino. And the pace setter, just like he was in qualifying, is Bob Charland.
Charland looks racy, but Burnham is already there. Car number 54, muscling its way to the inside. Kopsick is looking like days of old. Salva is there, and look out, here comes car number 77, Jeremy Sorrell.
And Sorrell, he smells a title as he tries to nosedive his way underneath that 98 of Salva. Can't do it. What a great job by Kopchak. He minimized the damage when he got together with Doulard, and now he is going underneath Bob Charland.
He sure does. Burnham takes over the lead. Joey Farino was sideways. He gathered it back. Charland is on ice on the top side of the racetrack. Here comes Kopsick. He'll take over second. Charland will pull back into third, and all of a sudden Nick Salva is up among the top 4 cars.
A good battle deeper. That is for 5th between Sorrell and Jay Goff. And Goff is able to pull away on the outside lane. Few drivers are more efficient on the outside than Jay Goff is.
And meanwhile, Tyler Hines is also threading the needle and coming to the front of the field through traffic. Michael Christopher is also there. Dion is also making his presence known. Back up front, Burnham, who's had, well, not the best season ever. He'll admit it, he struggled after moving up from the limited late model class, but Kopsick is all over him as he works their way back to the line.
So a great duel at the front between Burnham and Kopsick. Then we have a 3-car fight for 5th. And leading that confrontation is Jay Goff, but making a move underneath him is Jeremy Sorrell. Sorrell looks much stronger when he is on the inside groove.
He certainly does. Nick Salva now is right there, takes over the 3rd spot. Charland drops back to 4th, and then there's that side-by-side battle. Sorrell on the inside, Jay Goff on the high side. Once again, Joey Farino gets on the binders hard with Dion a little further back in the field.
And he is trying to get underneath Brandon Dion, but can't get close enough. Mike Christopher Jr. behind them. At the front of the field, DJ Burnham has never won in an SK Light before, is trying to make it happen tonight. Kopchak is surrounding him for the number 2 spot, and now things are starting to get interesting between Nick Salva and Bob Charland.
Bob Charland turned the fastest lap of the race the last time by. Charland makes contact with Salva. All of a sudden, here comes Sorrell. Charland on the outside of the racetrack. That car suddenly became evil. About a lap ago, all of a sudden, Charland gathers it back, and he is wheel-to-wheel. Trouble. Jay Goff and Tyler Hines come together down the back straightaway, and Tyler Hines' car stops on the bottom of the racetrack. Car number 25. Matt, it almost looked like that car just shut off.
Yeah, and it is Jay Goff in trouble. We had 2 cars getting together. Wesley Prucker is one of those involved in car number 16. So while we had a fracas in turn number 3,
and the second car is involved over there. Looks like the Paul French machine. A week ago in Victory Lane. Tonight,
no luck at all, as he was involved in an altercation in qualifying, and a more serious one now as he got together with the 22.
I just got a bulletin pulling into the parking lot as we speak. I've just been texted. The driver of car number 99, Rowan Pennick, has arrived.
Boy, Ben, you might get a job for Fox News Channel.
Yeah, that could
if you
be.
keep this up.
I could use a job. Trust me. Trust me.
Well, right now, Wesley Parker is going to have a tough job.
Involved in the altercation, they are saying these three cars are the reason for the yellow. The 07, of course, is Jay Goff. 22 of Prucker, and Paul French, the 76. So those are the cars that are the caution cars. We'll see what happens if there's any adjustments.
So Jeremy Sorrell is a driver who wishes he was in some kind of plastic bubble so he would stay out of danger. Of course, that doesn't happen. He is running in 5th. Bob Charland was running well, but when he made contact with the back bumper of the Salva car, he kind of lost his momentum, and he was lucky to move back into 4th. But Bob Charland is very fast, and I think maybe the hungriest driver is DJ Burnham. Remember, he came very close to getting that first win earlier in the year on the night where Brandon Dion got his first win. So in second is Kopchik, and he is also pretty desperate for a win.
And Connor Sullivan is down there with another happy customer with that two-seater. Connor?
Bill Kirby, you were telling me just before that you used to drive these things back long ago.
Plainville and Riverside. But we didn't have, we had homemade cars. We didn't have production-made cars.
How was it riding on the shotgun side?
It was different, but anybody who has a chance should really try it. Bob does a good job.
All right, that's a story. Bill Kirby, a Riverside veteran, being taken around by Bob Potter. Let's go back up for the restart.
Another happy customer. Who is going to be the happiest customer in this one, Matt? Side by side, Burnham and Kopchik. They come off turn number 4. That was a picture-perfect start. And Burnham has a little more giddy up, but Kopchik, he's a youngster, and he is, well, he has no fear as he goes to the outside.
And he is trying to take the lead the difficult way, away from DJ Burnham. Bob Charland dropping back a couple of spaces. Here comes Sorrell, and he is able to blur his way underneath the 1 car, trying to move into the top 4.
Well, all that's been happening back up front. Kopchik is almost there. Burnham runs right next to him. They are wheel to wheel and side by side. This time, when they come back to the stripe, half of the event is over. Off turn number 4. Kopchik is your brand new leader, and Burnham is not about to give up.
And he did it the difficult way, but Burnham trying to fight back on the inside. Here comes Sorrell underneath Nick Salva. That is a fight for 3rd. While that's going on, Burnham is trying to get back into the lead.
Off the turn, back off turn number 4. Kopchik is still there. Burnham just doesn't die in the battle here. Meanwhile, further back in the competition, trouble. Sorrell gets touched. Oh! Joey Farino had no place to go as Sorrell was in front of him, and Farino hits at a ton.
Wow. As Sorrell was clobbered right in the second corner as the yellow comes out on lap number 11.
With 11 of 20 into the record books, Sorrell went around and Joey Farino had no place to go. You know, we've talked about it so many times how Farino runs right on the bottom of the racetrack, and with Sorrell's car spinning, it spun to the bottom, Matt. And Joey had no place to go, tried, but to no prevail.
And that number 77 car looked like it got fractured. Fractured into contact. And he had a 70-point lead over Nicholas Salva heading into tonight.
Here's another heartbreaker. Fastest lap of the race was turned last time by Jeremy Sorrell with a time of 20.107.
How many times does that happen? They always go their fastest before they either die or something bad happens, and something disastrous happened to Jeremy Sorrell, a guy who never raced open-wheel cars until this season. His driving experience was down south in North Carolina at places like Hickory Speedway, where he ran late models. He moved back up north to help out his dad's business this year, and he decided to get to an SK Light, and he really loves to run these open wheel cars, but I don't know if he loves it so much right now.
You know, it appeared to us that what happened, there might have been some contact there that sent Sorrell's car around. And then in that situation there, as we said before, Joey Farino, who runs the bottom of the racetrack, the car spun directly down Sorrell. He had no place to go. No fault of him.
No time
or no
to
fault
react.
of Sorrell at all whatsoever.
Joey Farino had no time to react or do anything except try to lessen the blow because he was going to make contact with Sorrell. There was nothing he could do to prevent that.
2 leaders so far in 11 circuits. The first one being, of course, car number 54 for David Burnham, who started in the 4th spot. Kopsick took over the lead. He started in the 3rd position. Then up to the 3rd spot, currently being shown in 3rd, is the Nick Salva machine, car number 98. Charlan is your 4th place car. Doulard, we believe, is next. And Jay Goff has surfaced back among the front cars with his never say die attitude. And that makes him a contender as well. And then it looks like the Dion machine. And then Michael Christopher is there. And the 17 machine is also... Kyle Jetty started back in 15th. This is only his 3rd outing. This kid's got a ton of talent. You're going to hear a lot about him next year.
Yeah,
no
he
question.
hasn't raced in 8 years.
No, he's doing a good job. 3 times out here at Stafford, and like Michael Christopher, a chip off the old block.
Smooth restart for Steve Kopsick. He gets the jump on Burnham. Now Nick Salva trying to take advantage of it. He has moved into 2nd place.
While that was happening, Dion tried to pick up 2 spots. It didn't work. Michael Christopher up on the outside. He's among the top 7 cars. Back to the line. It is a side-by-side race for 2nd, and Nick Salva, by inches, has moved into the runner-up spot. Burnham drops back to 3. There's Jay Goff. He's a man with a mission, and there with him in good company, also coming to the front, is guess who? Michael Christopher.
But underneath him is Todd Doulard in car number 16. He can't stay with Christopher as Mike Christopher Jr. moves into 6th. Now he is attacking the Shark. That is a battle for 5th place.
Doulard slides to the infield. No harm, no foul, 13 of 20. 3 wide, racing action. Bottom of the top 5. And it's still Salva in for 2nd, but Charlan and Goff, the neighbors, were running wheel to wheel. Caution comes out for the 16 of Doulard.
They were neighbors, but it didn't look too neighborly out there as they were ahead of ferocious battle. And the yellow comes out because of the predicament that Todd Doulard saw he was in. So tonight, in our first 3 races, we had 2 first-time winners, Jordan Lamoth and also Glenn Barkowski. So can Steve Kopsick make it 3 first-time winners? We will find out. And Mike Christopher Jr., now we were talking how it's only Kyle Jetty's 3rd start. It's only Mike Christopher Jr.'s 4th appearance in an SK Light. And he is just doing a masterful job mixing it up with the 50-year-olds, Bob Charland and Jay Goff. You know, Jay Goff, 58, Mike Christopher Jr., 15. There is a pretty good age gap there, but the common denominator are their great race cars, and they are putting on quite a show tonight.
They sure are. Let's see what's going to happen as they double up. We'll set the field before they grow green. Kopsick is your leader. Nick Salva is 2nd. DJ Burnham is 3rd. Jay Goff is 4th. Bob Charlan is 5th. Mike Christopher is 6th. Brandon Dion is 7th. Kyle Jetty is 8th. Jody Johnson, good run for 9th. And Carlos Gray is in the 10th spot. Let's see what's going to happen as we're about ready to fire them up again. Green is out.
And Kopsick came up to speed a little quicker than Nick Salva did, and too quick, as we will try again.
Well, they didn't like the start. Tim Bennett, you could see what he did. He kind of just gave him a lazy green. He's got him doubled back up now. They'll be ready to go for it this time. Keep your eyes on not only the starter, but the men in the front row. There's the green. Kopsick, Salva, wheel to wheel. They rim ride. Kopsick to the advantage, but not by much. Look at Michael Christopher to the outside of Charland. Trouble now. We've got a car around between 1 and 2. I think it's the Rick Dulac car, Matt.
So the 12 is stranded in between the corners, and we did not finish a lap. So we still have 6 to go, and it will be another heated battle between Steve Kopchik and Nick Salva in car number 98. Well, a lot of good stories in this one. One is Steve Kopchik looking for his first ever win. At this time last year, he was in the Legend class. So it's amazing how somebody could ride a Legend one year and then be a contender in the SK Lights the next year. It shows you how quickly he has picked up this game.
He's a nice young man, too, Stephen Kopsick. Very studious looking with the black glasses, and a very, very confident young man. Not cocky, but very confident.
And he knows a lot about these cars because for a long time he has been a crew member of Michael Jarvis's team. They come from the same area in Southbury, Connecticut.
So, we are crossed up and doubled up. Got to give credit to Jay Goff. The old veteran came from the back to the front, not giving up. He is back among the top 4 cars. Charland is back in the 5th position. He isn't done with this one yet. Let's see what's going to happen as they head off turn number 4 and work their way back to the line. Trouble now. Michael Christopher does not come up to speed at first, but that's in the middle of the pack, and they are almost 3 wide for the lead with Kopsick and Nick Salva running side by side.
DJ Burnham almost got involved as he almost made it 3 wide. He drops back into 3rd. On the outside, Jay Goff moving into the upper tier of the field. So Goff in 4th. Right next door to him is Burnham, and they're all chasing Steve Kopchik.
Meanwhile, look at Charland. He's now back contending to the inside of Goff. Michael Christopher is next. Dion is there, but Kopsick brings him back to the line. 16 will click off. Trouble now. Salva comes across. Mike Christopher is the victim as Salva goes spinning through the center of the infield, but we still remain under green. But now the yellow comes out.
Well, that is a costly turn of events, Ben, for Nick Salva, because he was 2nd in the points, and he could have made a huge chunk of ground up on Jeremy Sorrell. But now that car is in trouble.
And Michael Christopher had no place to go as Salva got crossed up, went sliding down through the infield. Michael Christopher became a victim of circumstances in that one as well. So 16, it's taking a while as we start to count them down, is a check of the racing surface itself and the Michael Christopher number 82 car. As Salva got sideways, once he did and got down in the dirt, he made contact with Mike Christopher, who was right there coming to the front, charging to the front of the field. And maybe Michael Christopher's car is not severely damaged.
They really don't know what they are going to do next year, Mike Christopher and his dad, whether they'll be able to run that number 82 car again next year. But they are definitely going to be making a move up from the Legends, where he has raced for most of the season, won 2 championships this year in the Legend, and he has a chance for a national championship in the Young Lions, as tomorrow night he will try to qualify for the Nationals in Las Vegas in a Legend car. So unfortunately, a little detour tonight for Mike Christopher. DJ Burnham, very hungry. And 2 guys that we really haven't talked that much about tonight, but Brandon Dion, he is a contender again in 5th. And next door to him, Kyle Jetty. And it is hard to believe, you know, his first time out, he was involved in a wreck. We really weren't able to tell how good he was. Last week, he started 15th, finished 9th. He was very happy with that. This week, he is doing even better as he started in 15th again, and he has moved up to 6th. So he has picked up 9 positions since the start of the race.
Yeah, he's got the talent. He's got the it factor. Let's see what's going to happen as the green comes back out. Kopsick didn't come up to speed as strong that time, but strong enough to hold on to the lead. Burnham out there, not giving up an inch. Charlane's turning in a good run again. And as they work their way off the turn, Jenny is in there. There's 5 cars. Throw a little Dion into the mix. 6 cars contending for the lead.
2 guys with magic on the outside, Jay Goff and Jenny. Jenny in trouble, Goff in trouble. And moving into third is Bob Charland.
Down the back straightaway, Jenny moves to the inside of Charland. Here comes Dion to the outside. Burnham almost had the lead. Off the turn, checkered flag is out.
And a car in disarray as Jay Goff ran into trouble in car number 07.
So Goff's brilliant run ends with misfortune. And what a scramble up front in this event, Matt.
I thought that DJ Burnham was going to get the lead from the outside of Steve Kopchik when they went into turn number 3, but by the time they got to turn number 4, Steve Kopchik was in command again.
Sure was, and Jenny has been right there. No matter what move is being made, whether it's high or low, he does a counter reaction and has moved in to the 4th spot with Charland, who just refuses to stay out of the top 5 tonight.
And we want to make sure everybody has their programs ready, because as soon as we finish our Victory Lane celebration for the SK Lights, we will be playing our lucky numbers, and tonight we're giving away on-time accounting t-shirts and Napa hats. So a shirt and a hat for you to wear tomorrow when you watch the maybe the Whelen Modified Tour in New Hampshire.
Let's see what's going to happen as we're about ready to fire them back up. 17 of 20. Kopchik has done a masterful job. Burnham, same can be said about him as the green is back out. Side by side, bottom of turn 1. Kopchik by inches, Matt. But look at Jetty. He's coming forward, and so isn't Charland.
Boy, Jetty is trying to get into a podium. It only his 3rd appearance. Charland is right there trying to make sure it doesn't happen. In the 3rd row are Doulard on the outside, Dion on the inside. But what a battle between Kopchik and DJ Burnham as they exit turn 2.
Charland is now crossed over and moved into the 3rd spot. Burnham is still on the outside lane. Meanwhile, good racing action there. Nick Salva's back to the top 7. Salva looking for that point title. White flag is out, and Burnham almost had it that time at the line match.
Burnham trying to pull away. Here comes Kopchik. Dead even down the backstretch. Slight advantage for Burnham. They go into turn number 3, and Burnham taking over. Here comes Kopchik as they head into 4.
Kopchik guards the inside lane off turn number 4. Charland and Doulard come together as Kopchik will take down the victory. And what an incredible, wild finish as cars are scrambling all over the racetrack as the Charland machine set severely damaged and Doulard's car hit at a ton just off from turn number 4. And it was a mad scramble. We will recap the finish in just a moment, but there is no question about it. Heading to Napa Victory Lane, and one of the wildest SK Light finishes ever is car number 31 for Stephen Kopchik. The Burnham machine, a brilliant run for DJ Burnham for 2nd. And what about Kyle Jetty, car number 17, when all the dust clears? First time visit to the podium here at Stafford.
Then it was Brandon Dion 4th, Nick Salva. I don't know. We are going to have to wait on our finish because it is unofficial, and a lot is riding on it because Jeremy Sorrell might have a chance to wrap up the point championship tonight.
This is all unofficial, what we're reading to you now.
Carlos Gray in 6th, and
Good
Rick
run for him.
Nowak in 7th,
Yep.
and Wesley Prucker in 8th, Paul French 9th, and Jay Goff 10th.
Then unofficially, we are seeing from our monitor Bob Charland in 11th, Todd Doulard in 12th, Jody Johnson for 13th, Chris Gombos for 14th.
And then in 15th was Mike Christopher Jr., Jeremy Sorrell in 16th, Joey Farino in 17th, and Tyler Hines in 18th. And we will wait until we get the official rundown from Scott Running until we try to figure out if Jeremy Sorrell has locked up the championship or will it go for one more week. But we do know The happiest driver in Stafford is Steve Kopchik as he gets ready at Napa Victory Lane to talk to Tony Sutton.
Steve, that was one of the best SK Light races I think I've seen out there. Talk about actually all the multiple restarts you had out there.
Oh, it was ridiculous. I definitely didn't want all those cautions. Car just kept getting tighter and tighter. I didn't really want to run DJ up like that, but I'm going for a win. We're both going for wins, so I just got to thank all my sponsors: NJK Automotive, Holcon Industrial Gas, Newtown Pools, Glen Road Auto Body, and that's it.
All right, that's a story. First SK Light win for Steven Kopchik. As we'll bring in our second place finisher, DJ Burnham. You gave it one heck of a run on the outside. Even had the lead on the last lap as well, but just a little bit short once again.
Yeah, I thought we had it going into 3 there on the last lap, but that's what you get for running outside here at Stafford. But my dad and my brother worked their butts off, and they really turned this car around from the summer. We struggled all summer, and they really worked hard. This thing is flying. I got to thank my mom, my dad. They sacrificed a lot for me to race. My grandma, Ricky from R&R, Mike from Magnus, Diane Wood from Rad, everybody that helps on this car. Jerry's here tonight. He's a big help. My girlfriend, Jackie. That's it.
Second place run for DJ Burnham. And again, what a great race, as we'll bring in our third place finisher, Kyle Jetty. Third career start, and you bring it home in the number 3 position. Talk about your night.
Oh, that was freaking crazy. These guys know how to drive a car. It's just, I just tried to stay clean, and it was just amazing. I can't even, I never thought it would be as good as it feels. It's great.
Who would you like to thank for your first career podium tonight?
I got to thank Woodland Building and Remodeling. I got to thank Rad for the awesome power. I got to thank Black Bear Restaurant and Tavern. I got to thank Mike Paquette for building an amazing car. I got to thank so many other people. I got to thank Stosh for setting the car up. That car was on rails tonight. I can't even, I got to thank all the people that just helped me out in the pits, the fans, everybody. It's amazing. So thank you.
A promising night in the career for Kyle J. He comes home third, but the big winner in the end is Steven Kopchik in the SK Lights. That's it from Napa Victory Lane.
Modified champion behind the wheel of car number 77. From Westfield, Massachusetts, the Bill Repair Service entry for Jeremy Sorrell.
The point contender will start next. Car number 98, the Jean-Guy Pool and Drywell D&D Auto Works, Dell's Vinyl and Siding number 98 for Nick Salva out of Prospect, Connecticut.
Triple D Racing bring us to 04 for Brandon Dion.
Feature event winner, RH Two-Way Radios number 76, Paul French out of Andover, Connecticut.
07 today is Jay Goff.
Then it's the number 31 of Steven Kopchik from Newtown, Connecticut.
The 17 is Kyle Jetty.
Christopher Gambos, the number 21 out of Naugatuck.
Pete LaPooch drives the 71.
Rich Heyman, the number 28. Rick Dulac, the 12.
Jason Lafayette in the 7 and Wesley Prucker in the 22.
Final row, it's Todd Clark, car number 00, and Tyler Hines with car number 25. Get ready, it's showtime off turn number 4. Rich Keeter stares him down. Double greens are out, and the Shark leads him to the bottom of turn 1.
Bob Charland gets some help from Jeff Beaujolais to jump out to the race lead. Beaujolais now in a battle with DJ Burnham on the back straightaway for the second position. Burnham noses out in front by the time they hit turn 3.
No question about it. Beaujolais will try to fight back. Here comes Michael Christopher on the top side-by-side racing in the battle for third.
Crossover move for Christopher. Drops down to the inside. Gets sideways at the entrance of turn number 1. They're 3 wide behind him. Farino, Beaujolais, and the outside lane is Sorrell as they come down to turn 3 with a caution flag out for a car that has spun Lafayette off turn number 4. And there goes Beaujolais after the caution flag came out.
So the caution comes out for car number 7. That's going to tighten it all back up as Beaujolais, actually spun after the fact with only 1 lap up on the board as well. On the speedway at the back of the field is car number 84. This could be the story of the day because earlier in practice, this young driver had a problem with the engine on this race car, and they went all the way back, put another engine in, and came back to the Speedway, but they had no practice at all. And that, of course, is for the driver of car number 84. Let's go back down to Tony Sutton.
Well, one driver that's all excited about this race because it caps off his introduction to the SK Lights is Mike Christopher Jr. In a discussion with him in the paddock area earlier, he is going to campaign a full season next year, and he's hoping the notes he gets from these races that he's run will give him the edge when it comes to next year when he starts his campaign for the full year.
Well, he's done a remarkable job. Joe, you missed it. First outing ever in an SK Light here at Stafford, finished 7th. He has consistently been among the top 10 cars each and every time out. He's definitely got, well, the blood or the oil of the Christopher family in those veins. There's no question about that.
And today is only his 5th start in the SK Light Modifieds. But, you know, when you carry that Christopher name, especially here at Stafford Motor Speedway, there's a level of pressure that comes with it. And so he's coming into his own and living up to the billing of being a Christopher at the half mile.
He certainly is, and I think you're going to see him as a huge factor in this one. Last time here for Friday night competition, Bob Charland met with misfortune. Car was severely damaged. This is the older car, or the backup car, that he's competing with. On the inside of the front row, he's a successful business person right here in Stafford Springs, Connecticut. Owns a store that sells Victory motorcycles and Polaris snowmobiles, and is well respected in the northeastern region of the country as one of the biggest sellers of those great product line. Let's see what's going to happen. Here's Joe Koss as we're about ready to go back to green.
So Bob Charland will restart to the bottom. DJ Burnham to the outside. Behind them on the inside, 82 is Mike Christopher, and Jeff Beaujolais in the 3 as a green flag comes out from Rich Keeter.
Well, Charland has just enough giddy up to get him down into turn number 1 first. But Michael Christopher is creating some magic and making some noise on the inside, but not enough. The farmer, Burnham, moves back into second, and look at Beaujolais. On the outside, he'll challenge off turn 4.
His car is wound up tight up there in the outside lane is Beaujolais. Behind them, Farino, consistently trying to make this a 3-wide battle from 5th on back in that number 87. Farino dips down to the inside. Look up ahead. Sorrell is on the move. He looks for 3rd to the inside of Beaujolais.
No question, Sorrell is showing he is championship stuff. He's won the title, but he's going for the gusto. He now moves into the podium, car 77. And where is Brandon Dion, car number 04? This is another one of the lead contenders in the Junior Stars of NASCAR. He's up to position number 5. There's Nick Salva working over Christopher as well.
Salva steps to the outside, that white and orange number 98. 82 is Christopher on the bottom, dead even at the stripe, as a matter of fact, to give Salva the edge. Outside lane is working for him as he sails it off to turn 2.
Back to the front of the field, now moving into the 3rd spot is Sorrell. Beaujolais has to settle back in for position number 4. Here comes Brandon Michael running the outside. All of a sudden, further back, the Jetty machine goes spinning. Car number 17, will he get it fired back up so we can remain under green?
Here they come off the back straightaway goes the leader, Charland at the point. Jetty's car stranded at the exit of turn number 4. Brings out the caution flag for the 2nd time today. 5 laps in, 15 laps still yet to go here in the SK Light Modified feature. And it's kind of interesting, you were talking just a moment ago before we went back under the green flag, Ben. Bob Charland, to see him in that orange shark-colored car. It was just about this time last year that he brought out that neon green-colored car and started running that car on a regular basis. And all of a sudden, he's got this one based on misfortune last time out. But it hasn't taken him very long to get back up on the hide with that one. Boy, that car looks awesome today.
It certainly does. And, of course, he's had a real tough season. He's been very strong. But at this point in the year, he had hoped that he would be in contention for the title with several victories to his credit, but just hasn't had the luck at all whatsoever. Little further back in the field, car number 31 is Steven Kopsick. Now, that is a car that Ryan Preece formerly competed with very successfully at the Thompson Speedway, and he, in the final Friday night event, was very, very strong in the competition there and finished on the podium as well. Let's go down to Tony Sutton as he has another satisfied customer.
Well, Matt, I know that you can deliver Napa parts real fast in this machine. What was your overall impression?
Oh, it was great. Bob is a great driver, and I want to thank Mike Wheeler for giving me a ride, making me, Napa,
Well, he's a He's an experienced delivery driver, and he just wants to know if he can borrow this and deliver more parts back upstairs.
Sounds good to us. Well, let's see what's going to happen as we're about ready to get him fired back up again. Charland has been good for 5 laps, but the final 15 might become a different story. Here's Burnham on the outside. Side by side, almost 3 wide. They head down into turn number 1, and Charland still has a slight advantage, but look at that race for second.
Battle down to the inside, the 77 of Sorrell. Look at the outside, number 3. Beaujolais tapped to the back bumper of DJ Burnham, pushes the 54 of Burnham back into second.
While all that's been happening, Brandon Dion has moved to the inside. He'll try to follow Sorrell to the bottom side of the racetrack and pick up yet another position. Nick Salva on the outside, 98, white and orange car. Salva moves into the 5th spot among the quickest cars in the racetrack. Kopsick, we told you he was good. He's coming to the front as the cream is rising to the top.
Outside lane on the move. Beaujolais lined up with Salva and Kopsick, but Kopsick decides to dive to the inside. Sees daylight there. Looks to the bottom of Nick Salva at the exit of the corner. Salva, though, too strong to the back straightaway, will fend off the challenge.
While all that's been happening, still a good side-by-side battle going on between Brandon Dion and Michael Christopher. The two almost come together. Meanwhile, Joey Farino hasn't made his presence known yet. That's really unlike him. We are soon to approach the halfway marker. Charland is still the leader of the pack. Burnham is still running in second, and Beaujolais is still in the 3rd spot.
And Burnham starting to apply some more pressure to the back bumper of Bob Charland. Looking a little bit low that time off turn number 4. Doesn't have the magic. Deeper in the field, Joey Farino is battling with Brandon Dion. Farino walks way up the racetrack in turn 2, and Dion drives away.
Look at Beaujolais. He is back into the 3rd spot aggressively. Not happy there. He's going for second, Joe, as he comes off turn 4.
Diving down to the inside lane of the racetrack is Sorrell in the 77. Battle for the 3rd position, but stepping to the outside, Nick Salva, 98. Outside lane is where he wants to be. Powers it to the back straightaway. Puts the move on the 77 of Sorrell.
No question, Nick Salva is a man with a mission. He goes to the outside. The white and orange 98 is almost there. He'll take over the 4th spot. Burnham gives a shot to the back bumper of Charland. He lets him know he's there. That's the battle for the lead down the back straightaway.
Single file for now. Behind them, 5th position, Kopsick. Outside orange 31, sails it into turn number 3, drives it in deeper than his competitor around the outside, and Kopsick now has the 5th position.
He certainly does. Sorrell continues to drop further back in the field. Remember, he won the big prize, and that's the title. Meanwhile, as the action shifts back up front, Nick Salva is starting to reel in on Beaujolais. Just a lap or so ago, Beaujolais looked like the fastest car on the racetrack. That's not the story now. It's Salva who's all over him as he heads to turn 1.
And Beaujolais has a handful because he's got Salva putting a lot of pressure on him for the 3rd spot, but that time Salva stutter steps at the entrance of the corner, and here he comes down the back straightaway. Race for the lead. DJ Burnham is all over the back bumper of Bob Charland.
He'll try everything, but Charland has driven a picture-perfect race here today. Here comes Nick Salva. Bottom shot move underneath Beaujolais. They're side by side, door handle to door handle. Off turn number 2, white and orange car number 98 was almost into 3rd, Joe. He's forced to give it back.
Dead even at the entrance of the corner. Here is Salva digging for everything he can get on the bottom. Beaujolais winding his car up in the outside lane. Back into turn number 1 they go, and Beaujolais edges out in front. Give him the old short track pinch down to the bottom and holds on to 3rd.
All of a sudden, the ripple effect, that forces the number 31 car a little further back, giving the advantage to Sorrell. Black 77 coming back to life. Mike Christopher's Achilles heel has been turn number 4, and he will go around and bring out the 3rd caution 16 laps in.
4 laps remaining in the final SK Light Modified feature of the season. And it all comes down to this. Can Bob Charland hang on to get a win this season? He's been close a couple of times, been a couple of runner-up finishes this year. Can he get it done? And can you get it done? Hey, lucky numbers coming up out of our Pit Stopper program in just a little bit. And Ben, make sure you get your copy too, because it's got all the drivers of all the competitors throughout our divisions here in the Wheel and Modified Tour. You have a chance to go down there and get that signed tomorrow as part of one of my favorite days at a racetrack is the pit party that we'll have here tomorrow.
It certainly is. And don't forget also tomorrow, Linda is going to be standing out in the balcony area. You can tomorrow pick up these, we're going to call them placards, of the champions. The Vanna White of Stafford Speedway out on the steps. There they are. The Pit Cat placard, the Priest placard, and the Teddy Christopher placard. Now you can make your own, or tomorrow during the pit party, pick up one of these while supplies last. And then you can wave them at the start of the SK Modified main event. So this is a great opportunity to be a part of the festivities and the fun tomorrow. Lucky numbers are coming up. 2 sets of lucky numbers, Joe, today and tomorrow. So we've got prizes to give away today and tomorrow. So it's a double header for the Napa Auto Parts Fall Final 42nd Annual Edition. And it is jam-packed. Speaking of jam-packed, place your bets now, Joe. What's it going to be as we're about ready to go to green? 5 circuits, a title, and more. Bragging rights to win on Fall Final Weekend here at Stafford.
Rolling up off turn number 4, Bob Charland brings him around, sees the green flag, and it's hammered down on the right foot. Outside, the challenge becomes DJ Burnham in turn 1.
Burnham tries to go up the hill. Here comes Beaujolais. Beaujolais gets a car down under. White-black number 3 car. Challenging the Shark, car number 1. Charland moves back into the number 1 spot. They touch. A scramble. Wow. We've got Burnham around. And the cars that were in the top 4 positions, Joe, what a change in this event.
That changes everything. Charland drives away, Beaujolais drives away, and everybody's able to drive away. The only thing that got hurt in that one was the pride. Charland, number 1 man, led a flawless event until that in the final stages of the SK Light Modified feature. And we're going to shake it out here and see who is going to come out on top of this once they get the scoring. And look at the guy they're posting right now, number 1. It's the 98 car of Nick Salva, championship runner-up.
Certainly is, and he started this event in the 7th starting spot. The 31 of Stephen Kopsik started 11th. He's currently in 2nd. The 77 car will move into the 3rd spot for Jeremy Sorrell. The only accident cars we're being told that comes from Race Central are the 54 machine and the number 1 car. So the rest will go back to the positions that they were running in. 5 circuits to go. No question about it. Bob Charland will be glad when 2014 comes to a close, as it has been one of those years. He's been fast, he's been consistent, but he hasn't had any luck at all.
Well, we'll see what it comes down to. Nick Salva came into the event 2nd in points. They'll cross him up here at the line. Can he get the job done? The driver from Prospect, Connecticut already has a pair of wins this season. He'll line up alongside Stephen Kopsik, who won the final Friday night event of the season under the lights here at Stafford Motor Speedway, having a chance to get a victory, or will it be this year's champion, Jeremy Sorrell, 77 to the bottom, or how about the guy that'll line up to the outside when we get set to go back under the green flag here? Ben, 15 laps, showing complete in this SK Modified feature event.
It is not over with by any stretch of the imagination. Off turn number 4. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready. We're about to fire them back up again. Nick Salva with the advantage. Kopsik has got to pull it down to the inside, or will he go for it in the outside lane?
Hammer down on the back straightaway. He's going to go for it. Here comes Kopsik.
Joey Farino goes around. Track is blocked. Everybody scrambles. Jay Goff is in the middle of all of that. And so is it the one of Bob Charland, Dion's number 04, and it looks like the Burnham number 54 car, but everybody is somehow able to get away. Quite amazing.
Even with all that contact over there on the back straightaway, other car involved out of Somers, Connecticut, Jason Lafayette gets that number 7 turned back around. The second incident of the day, his car was involved, and then now Todd Clark's 00 making his first appearance this season is down into turn number 3, paused on the inside lane of the racetrack, and we'll get that car cleared off before we go back under the green flag. But boy, you can't take anything away from Nick Salva on that last start. Very efficient on the bottom and did a great job at protecting his position off turn number 2 to prevent Stephen Kopchik from going up there and sticking the nose to that number 31 to the outside, and it made all the world of difference on the back straightaway for Nick Salva.
It certainly did, and we are in the middle of our 5th caution of the event. 5 circuits were kind of in a holding pattern, and now Bob Charland pulls down on pit road. Jay Goff is also down there as we speak. They're checking out his race car, and we missed the fact that Paul French was involved in a jingle earlier. He's a feature event winner this season as well. And now the Burnham car number 54, that looked so strong in the early laps of this event, in that 00 car of Todd Clark. Very unique body on that race car. We were talking about it earlier in the paddock area here today. First time out in 2014 here at the Speedway. So, a check of the field through timing and scoring. A readjustment of the restart lineup. Joey Farino. And it looks like Brandon Dion going to the rear of the field. 15 of 20. And Nick Salva is the guy to watch. But Kopchik has been very, very strong. Kopchik went through a period of time that he just couldn't find the right setup on the race car. But in the last 2 outings here for Friday night competition, he was back in true race form.
Yeah, they got off to a very slow start in that number 31 team. And, Stephen Kopchik is a guy that was a crew member on Michael Jarvis's SK Modified for a while. And what's interesting about that is you look at the last Friday night of the season, and both he and Jarvis went to victory lane. So it was a great Friday night just 1 week ago. And now he's trying to be able to duplicate that move and to be able to get back to victory lane for 2nd consecutive weeks and his 2nd win in the SK Light Modified division.
And that is a major accomplishment in a division that is this competitive and this tight. Let's see what's going to happen as we are about ready to fire them back up again. Nick Salva, a kid with a ton of personality, both on and off the racetrack. Let's see what's going to happen as we are about ready to go green. And Nick Salva has just a little more coming up through the gears, and that gives him the number 1 spot. But look at Kopchik. He's digging in on the outside.
He's got more ground this time than he did the last restart. Here's Kopchik. Good run down the back straightaway into turn number 3. He's got a slight advantage over Nick Salva as they come back to the line.
They are wheel to wheel and side by side, but Kopchik has a slight advantage going into turn number 1. Nobody's giving an inch. They run closer than most people park down the back straightaway. Kopchik takes over the lead, 16 and counting.
Kopchik out in front. Salva back to the 2nd spot. Here's Rich Hammond now to challenge in position number 3. Sorrell rides in 4th, and keep your eye on that number 87. Joey Farino is charging back up through the field. He'll work to the inside of Kyle Jetty.
Meanwhile, Jetty is also showing he has got the track figured out in just a few outings for him. Down on pit road, Brandon Michael side-by-side racing in the battle for 5th. Popsicle sticks are up, 1 mile left.
Here they come back down to the line. Inside groove 87, Farino. Outside white 17, that is Jetty. Still wheel to wheel. In front of them though, 1 car steps out of line, goes backwards. It's Hammond. He'll lose the 3rd position to Jeremy Sorrell.
It comes down to this as they head off turn number 4, looking for back-to-back victories. Kopchik gets the white flag. Final time down into turn 1. Battle, still a battle for the 4th, 5th, and 6th spot. And they are still dicing and slicing it that way in the event, but Joey Farino has found a spot back in position number 4.
Kopchik brings it down into turn number 3, looking for the checkered flag behind them. Battle for the 2nd spot. Here they come to the checkered flag. Kopchik gets it. Sorrell across the line in 2nd, and behind him is Nick Salva, and that is how they will go in the championship standings as well, with Jeremy Sorrell taking home the championship in the SK Light Modified.
No question about it. He came, he saw, and he conquered. Stephen Kopchik, back-to-back victories, started 11th and took over the lead with an aggressive run to the outside. Sorrell will finish in 2nd and become the 2014 SK Light Modified champion. We'll be heading our attention back down trackside. Coming up next, the Paradiso Musca shootout for the Dare Stocks, and then the Rusty Wallace Racing Experience round 2 of 25 circuits. So, It looks like it did on the final Friday night when Tony Sutton was down there putting the trophies in line. But Steven Kopsick is showing he is the real deal as well, as he will visit Napa Victory Lane. And in just a moment, we're going to be heading down and checking in with our third place finisher, Nick Salvo, with car number 98. Jeremy Sorrell to finish in the runner-up spot to become the champion. And Steven Kopsick is out of the car on the roof in celebration. So let's head down and meet our third place finisher with Kelly Lamisa.
All right, I'm here at third place, number 28, Nick Salva. This is your third win of the season. Congratulations, what a great way to end the season.
Yeah, you know, it's nice to have the car in one piece. I really got to congratulate Jeremy with that last lap moving on the championship. You know, he earned it. But I really have to thank all my sponsors, Dell's Vinyl Siding, JG Pool and Drywall, D&D Auto Works, Middlebury Consignment, New England Truck, everybody who helps with the car. It's been a great year.
All right, congratulations on the finish. And we will go down to the first place for Tony.
Well, Steven Kopsick's out of the car, getting congratulated by his crew. I'll tell you what, that was very, very impressive at the end. A great move to get into the lead, and congratulations on your victory.
Well, thank you. I knew my car was good on the outside, and I knew I had a shot starting on the outside of Salva. He was a little tight, a little bound up on the bottom, so can't believe we were able to pull it off. It's awesome. Qualifying a week and get the win. It's a good way to end the season.
Well, actually, it's a great way to go to the pit party tomorrow, bring this car all shined up, sign some autographs. Congratulations on your victory.
Thank you. I just got to thank all my sponsors, Engine Full Crown Industrial Gas, helping us out a lot. Roofing, Newtown Pools, I wouldn't be here without them. TA Engines, Tony, Mike Marquette, CE Racing, Chaz, just everyone. One of them was missing, we wouldn't be able to stand here.
Well, you all put on a great show for them. Congratulations. Jeremy, we're gonna wait for the camera. Roll your car in a minute. Represent you the championship, but what a great season! What a great way to finish up in second spot. You were very, very consistent the year. This group of drivers and cars are some of the most competitive we've had here in years.
Yeah, this was a great start to year, my first year at Stafford. You know, I've never been to a track that's more welcoming. You know, I've had more fun racing these cars this year than I have, you know, in my entire career. And, you know, I just got to thank all the track guys. The whole management has been a great time.
Well, I'll tell you what, you have a lot to celebrate at the awards banquet later on. A lot of stuff to talk about. But I bet you your notebook is about 3.5, 4 inches thick. All you're going to do this winter is review that and get ready for next year. But I'll tell you what a great way to start. What a great way to finish up the season as the champion. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. It's been a great year. I want to thank all the fans, my entire crew, all my sponsors, Bills Repair, Bob Transportation, LibTech Industrial, Roadrunner Express. You know, without everybody, I would not be able to do it. You know, it's just been a great season.
Well, it has for us too. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Well, we're still celebrating down here, but we'll send it back upstairs right now.